Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. We're back again. And today my video is done with a heavy heart, because even though I've been saying it for a long time that these people are not Christians, they call themselves Christian, they're not Christian. They're not Christian. And I can't think of the appropriate word to call them. I don't want to just say that they're that they're devil worshipers, and I don't want to be hyperbolic, but they're not Christian. Okay, I can tell you that. How can you allow or be okay with Trump, dressing up or pretending to be Jesus or to be our, you don't play with God. Right? Like, that's something I've been taught. You don't mess around and play with God. And they said it was a joke. Would it be funny if the Ayatollah dressed up like Jesus, or if the Pope did it, or Putin? What if it had been Malcolm X, or Cesar Chavez, or some drug lord down in Colombia? Would any of that be funny? Would anybody take that as a joke? Then why does MAGA let Trump get away with this stuff? Why? These children are lost, okay? It's like, do as I say, not as I do, and the hypocrisy behind it is crazy. When they talk about fake news and then they're spreading lies and misinformation, it's like if somebody said, hey, you know what? Orange juice is bad for you. Or, don't buy orange juice. But instead, this big pharma company is going to sell you vitamin C pills instead. Don't buy orange juice, but buy our vitamin C pills instead. Does that sound crazy? But that's what it feels like whenever I listen to MAGA talk. Okay? And they say that there's Trump derangement syndrome or something like that. How? If you've ever been to a restaurant and say you went to a restaurant, 5-star restaurant, and you got food poisoning, first of all, are you going to go back? All right? Let's say you do. Let's say you give them another chance and you go back and you get food poisoning again. How many times do you need to get food poisoning before you say, this restaurant is garbage, I'm not going back there? And would that be restaurant derangement syndrome? Would that be for the coal miners that never got coal back? Would it be for the cattle ranchers that were promised the sun and moon and didn't get anything back? Everybody else in the country for tariffs or grocery prices? Eggs are still expensive. You remember that? Remember they were talking about eggs? Eggs are still expensive. Gas is up. How many times you need to get burnt before you say, I'm not putting my hand on the hot stove? That's not Trump derangement. That's just common sense. But in spite of all that, I do not want Trump to be impeached immediately. And the reason why is because I want him to be on the ballot every time there's an election until he's out of office. Just win the midterms and make him a lame duck president. That's what I say. So that after November, the next election that comes up, he's still on the ballot. Even though he's not supposed to be able to run for president again, all of his supporters, or all the people that he wants to give an endorsement to, will be on the ballot. And they are the ones that can be targeted, because he's still going to have access to his social media. He's still going to be able to tweet stuff for the next 2 years and sound crazy and talk about genocide and other nonsense. So I say keep him on the ballot. Just make him lame duck. All right? Now, that's just my idea. That's my opinion. And I'm not anybody in charge. Okay? So the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is how is it that they have turned progressive into a bad word, or make progressive sound like it's not good? Because you'll notice that the GOP, MAGA Republicans, they're very progressive when it comes to staying current with military. They want a very progressive military. They want to make sure that all of our rockets and bombs and ships and everything are up to date. But they want to be conservative when it comes to people's lives. Like, is that backwards? Everything social, they want to be conservative, but everything military, they want to be progressive. Think about that for a minute. Anyway, I think I've done enough damage today. So, but leave in the comments if you want to make a bet on who gets fired next between Kash Patel or Hexef. Or is he going to continue and go after another woman like Tulsi Gabbard, or I doubt the press secretary gets fired just yet. But I think that Kristi Noem and I think that Pam Bondi, I think they were set up from the start because they were women. They were DEI hires, by the way. He set them up to fail so that he could bring in a male to try to fix it, even though I don't think anybody can fix the mess that he's done. Anyway, thank you guys for watching my video, and think about that and get back with me. Leave a message, comment something. What can we call these people other than Christian? Now, I don't want Christian to be anything in their name. Not nationalist, not anything. I want to figure out some way to call them something other than Christian anything, because they're not Christian. Anyway, thank you guys again, and y'all have a good afternoon.